Hello humans, this is Jason, and today I'm playing Chromehammer, a cyberpunk skirmish game by Nordic Weasel Games, and Jason D... Is that me? That is me! Well, now you can't trust anything I say. Chromehammer is the best asymmetrical cyberpunk skirmish game that all your friends are playing. This mission is called Virus Upload, and it's your basic scenario of punks trying to infiltrate a corporate compound to upload a virus. Now, the deniable assets for this mission are Agent M, Bloo, Flavio, Amaranth, and Verdun. Each has an inherent edge, as well as two upgrades, like armor or a stealth suit. On the corporate side, there's the 4 standard guards, and in reserve is the ED 2099 enforcement droid, a cyberdog, a drone, and a power suit. The punks start at the entrance, and their goal is to get to the objective terminal at the far end of the board, upload the virus, and get back out the way they came in. However, there are also 2 data terminals, and 2 loot crates that are also worth points. The punks go first here, rolling 2d6 for orders, keeping the higher die, and I get a pair of 2s, so they have 2 orders. 2 orders isn't great, but luckily Bloo has the motivated edge, which allows him to be activated without an order. Bloo moves out, which gives him an extra die of movement. That's plus 5 inches for a total of 11. He moves around this car, and barely makes it over the wall. Now I spend an order to have Verdun move out. 6. Verdun moves as far as he can towards the data terminal, but because he rolled a 6, he moved too fast, drawing attention to himself and losing a point of stealth. Stealth is tracked by these black dice. When they reach 0, the unit is exposed, and the enemy is alerted to their presence. Finally, Agent M moves out, also rolling a 6 and losing a point of stealth. Ooh, I can't forget that for every point of stealth lost, the corporation gets a response point. Now the corporate phase starts, and the first thing they do is bring in their 4 basic guards at 4 randomly generated spawn points in the corners. Then the corporation rolls for orders and gets 6. There are only 4 units though, so the remainder are wasted. Then this guard takes a patrol action over here. He can't move out because he's not alerted, and has no reason to be running around jumping over things. Now this guard will patrol over here, and he will scan Flavio, trying to expose him. He needs a 7 or better, but misses. So then he rolls to wander off in a random direction. But a 1 means that he stays put. This next guard patrols and scans Amaranth, but he also fails. And he too moves randomly. He moves his normal patrol distance in the direction that the 1 is pointing. Next, this guard tries the same thing, also fails, and moves randomly back the way he came. That's it for turn 1, so now back to the punks. They roll 6 orders, and Amaranth uses hers to dash 8 inches. Then Verdun moves toward this data terminal, but he'll have to wait till next turn to actually hack it. Agent M dashes across the roof and down this ladder. Next, Flavio dashes for safety to hide behind this wall. Finally, Bloo runs up to the loot crate, but he'll have to wait until next turn to hotwire it. That's everybody, so the last order is wasted, and the corporate phase begins. They roll 4 orders, and use the first to spend 2 response points to summon a cyberdog, which starts in this random corner, and then proceeds to patrol forward toward Agent M. It scans him, needing an 8 or better, 9, and Agent M loses 2 stealth, plus 1 for the cyberdog's bonus, minus 1 for Agent M's Cloaker DX stealth suit. This brings him to 3 stealth, and the corporation gains 2 response points. This guard goes up the stairs, yawn. This guard moves toward Amaranth and tries to scan her, but fails. He moves randomly in this direction. The other guard moves up and tries the same thing. 10, success. And he scans her for a whopping 5 stealth. Oh no. And the corporation gets a ton of response points. Next, Bloo tries to hotwire this loot crate. Bzzz, and takes 2 damage for his trouble. Amaranth does her best to get out of sight. Verdun successfully hacks this data terminal, locking it. This will score the punks a random number of victory points at the end of the game. And finally, Agent M moves out, running to the data terminal to complete the mission. Victory is within their grasp. Oops, can't forget about Flavio. He moves out, but only rolls a 1, leaving him trapped on the stairs. On the corporation's turn, they get a whopping 2 orders. One order sends this guard on patrol to scan Flavio. but he fails, and remains in place. The other guard does basically the same thing, but also spends 2 points on floodlights. Chkung! For a +1 bonus. But still only manages to remove 1 point of stealth. And it's back to the punks. For orders they get... Snake Eyes. 1 order. Ugh. Agent M tries to hack the objective terminal, which causes him to lose 1 stealth automatically. He fails, and loses 2 stealth, mitigated to 1 by his Cloaker DX. And that's 2 response points for the corporation. Blue's motivation edge gives him a free order, but of course I forgot, so he gets skipped. And on the corporation's turn, they get 6 orders, and they'll spend the first one to summon a drone. It enters in this corner, and because there are exposed punks on the table, it can move out toward Agent M. Next, this guard patrols around this barricade and scans Amaranth. He spends 2 points for another floodlight, Chkung! Exposing Amaranth, and giving the corporation another response point, allowing this guard to jump the fence and blast away at Amaranth. He does a point of damage automatically, and then they fight it out. But he loses, is pushed back, and takes a point of damage. Another order is spent on another patrol, and Agent M is revealed as well. It's not looking good for the punks, as the corporation, alerted, moves in for the kill. The punks get 6 orders, but can only use 5. Again, Agent M tries to hack the objective terminal. He would have succeeded too, but with that dog breathing down his neck, he fails. At least he can't lose any more stealth. Flavio considers running to Agent M's aid, but goes for this data terminal instead. Amaranth is exposed and doesn't have anything better to do, so she comes out shooting, which is her favorite anyway. She fires at this guard, but misses. He fires back and hits for 5 damage, knocked down to 4 for her armor. Meanwhile, Blue tries to hotwire this loot crate again, and fails, and takes, ouch, 3 damage. I think he's going to give up on it now. Verdun considers laying low, but in the end decides to creep forward to help his buddies. Now back to the corporation with 6 orders. First, the Cyberdog attacks, doing 1 point of damage before the fight begins. Despite the disadvantage, Agent M does a point of damage to the dog and drives it off. Next, the drone tries the same thing, wearing away at Agent M's defenses, but is still sent packing with 2 points of damage. The guard on the roof and Agent M engage in a firefight, but nobody gets hit. Meanwhile, back near the front, the guards are attacking Amaranth. The first misses, and she falls back. The second moves up and hits, but her armor absorbs it, and she only takes 1 point of damage. But she still chooses to fall back. The punks are now on the defensive. They get 4 orders. Blue takes a moment to regroup, catching his breath and healing 2 damage. Back at the objective, Agent M barely manages to hack the objective, but now his turn is over and he can't move. On a corporate balcony, Flavio fails to hack a data terminal and loses 3 stealth, which the corporation gains as response points. And now Verdun has second thoughts about helping. He plans to run for it, but the corporation spends 3 response points to pop up a barricade in his way. He can still get over it, but doing so will bring his 9 movement down to just 4. Oh man, poor Amaranth. She is hurting. She considers regrouping to heal, but instead she is going to lay low and recover 2 stealth points. Hopefully they just won't see her. Worried about the punks escaping, the corporation blows all of its remaining response points on the ED 2099. Oh dear lord, this thing is a monster. Assuming, of course, that it doesn't kill its own guys. Immediately it moves out, headed for Agent M, who is currently being shot at. But the guard misses, and he takes the opportunity to fall back. Then the drone charges him, assaulting him for 1 point of damage, and then fighting him, doing another point. He's then forced to fall back, but honestly, he's cool with that. Back up front, this guard hops the fence with a move out because he can't patrol over a fence, and gets in real close to Blue. The other guard does patrol, however, but fails the scan. He randomly moves back where he started, and Blue takes the opportunity to move into hiding as well. Not wanting to be left out of the action, the Cyberdog runs up these stairs, looking for Flavio. The punks get 4 orders, 5 if you count Blue's motivated trait. Flavio wants to get out of here now, but unfortunately the Cyberdog is blocking his path, so instead, he heads for the door. Verdun continues to bravely run away, but it costs him a point of stealth. Amaranth and Blue also begin their mad dash for the exit, Aw man, you guys suck. I can't believe you're leaving me here like this. Kind of left behind, Agent M decides to hide. With everybody hidden again, the corporation can only patrol. They've got 4 orders, and the first one has the cyberdog scan Flavio. It's a close call, so he loses 1 point of stealth automatically. But the scan fails, so the cyberdog wanders off looking for that bone it buried. And now they're after Amaranth. She's surrounded, hurt, and not well hidden. This guard moves up for a close call. She loses 1 point of stealth immediately. The result is a tie. They both lose a point, which basically exposes her. With Amaranth now in plain sight, this guard shoots at her. He misses. She would like to run away, but unfortunately he's where she needs to be, so she shoots back instead. And hits for 3 damage. The third guard runs up to Amaranth. Technically he should do a point of damage automatically, but I forgot. She gets 1, he gets 6. She is so fragged. On the punk's turn, they get 5 orders, not that there are enough punks to use them. Verdun continues his daring retreat and manages to make it off the board. Next, Bloo runs around the outside of the barricade, running past his fallen friend. And Flavio takes the stairs, running out the back door and around the corner. Finally, Agent M makes a run for it, with a whopping +1 bonus, making it only to here. Back to the corporation. The drone moves in and scans Flavio. It's a close call, so it automatically removes a point of stealth, which gives it the option to assault, which it does. It also loses that assault. It takes 3 damage, and is run off. Flavio counts your blessings. And now it's time for the big guns. The Ed 2099. Chugun, 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 chugun. And it misses. Flavio returns fire, and does 6 damage. Unfortunately, the Ed 2099 is well armored, and only takes 3. Luckily for Flavio, the corporation only had 2 orders that turn, so now he gets to go. And he wisely runs like his sword is on fire. Bloo continues to pour on the speed as well, but is just shy of escape. Agent M keeps running too, sneaking right behind this guard. And here comes the Ed 2099. Chugun, 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 chugun.
Violation. This is a restricted zone.
And it hits for 7 damage, obliterating Flavio. No, Flavio! Hearing something behind him, this guard looks around. He automatically does 1 point of stealth damage, but doesn't see anything, and then wanders off looking for the source of the noise. Agent M uses his free half move to hop the wall. The other guard also tries to find M, revealing him and going into an assault, which he loses and is driven off. This guard and M trade ineffectual fire. The cyberdog chases full speed after M, hot on his heels. And this last guard remembers what's going on and decides to join the party. The punks get to go, and Bloo finally escapes, with Agent M following right behind him. Whew, and that's game. Let's see how he did. Points-wise, the corporation fragged 2 punks and exposed 5, for a total of 11 points. The punks uploaded the virus, guaranteeing them a free clone, and successfully hacked one of the data terminals, for 3 extra victory points, for a total of 10. So the punks successfully completed their mission, but it wasn't enough to bring down the corporation's stock. And that was just one mission from Chromehammer. Thanks for watching, keep your mirror shades polished, Gisela Ravido.